in session. This is the fifth part of, this is a Jeffrey Lacasse's interview with the Tallahassee police in regards to the Dan Markell murder. Charlie Adelson was charged and convicted, life sentence. Donna Adelson was given a life sentence. All the players are given life sentences. But anyway, this is Jeffrey Lacasse talking with them. But what I'm doing this video for is to show, men how to have better relationships, and, point out in this interview where, mistakes are being made by Mr. Lacasse or whatever. But I'll give the teachable moments when I hear them, and let's go.
When I heard the crime occurred, about 12 hours, I was shocked, and then as I'm driving up by 75, in my head, I was like, holy shit, Charlie did it. We got that guy, can't remember his name.
You're saying this guy is on Charlie's Facebook page, or was?
Yes.
Okay.
These are really smart people. I'm Facebook friends with them anymore. I think this is true. Other thing that happened in June, relationship isn't doing well. All of a sudden, from nowhere, like a 5-year-old kid will try to manipulate you in a very transparent way, and it's like obvious what they're doing. She started doing that kind of stuff. I got the sense we weren't going to make it. It was obvious to me, and I never going to trust her again. All of a sudden, she throws me the world, and I felt at the time, I said to my friends, I've been very careful not to develop like a hindsight bias, so check back with my friends. What did I say? He said, you said in June it felt like Wendy was stringing you along for some reason. And you couldn't figure out why I just broke up with you. She's like, this ain't gonna work, So all of a sudden, she's telling me I should move in.
Move in with her?
Yeah, she's telling me moving in. And I wanted a family so bad. She knew that she manipulated me with the kids constantly. She said the kids should start calling you daddy. I'm going to talk to my mom and dad, and I'm not Jewish, that was all day. But if I get approved by the parents, I'm going to give you the passwords, I'm going to give you all my computer accounts. She started acting like this was going to be
That is, yes, obviously big manipulation, but here's the thing. Someone who knows who they are, knows their identity, knows what they do stand for and don't stand for, can't be manipulated, okay? So let's say the daddy thing, you're the leader, you lead all relationships. So she's saying, well, they can call you, no. And they're not going to, well, I would just say, let's say your standard is marriage. No, they're not going to call me daddy until we're married, or whatever, he's saying that she changed, it doesn't matter. I mean, again, if you're the leader, it doesn't matter what your subordinate's doing, because at the end of the day, you're the leader, right? So, he's saying, she says that they can call you, what was another one? Move in, and no, I'm not moving in until we're married. I mean, whatever. But let's say sex without, and this makes it, I can highlight something is, what if someone says, they don't want to have sex with a condom, first time, whatever. And you say, nope, I use condom every time, whatever. So it doesn't matter what the other person does. It doesn't matter. But because he's not leading the situation, because he doesn't have a strong identity, strong standard of what he puts up with, he's waving in the wind like a beta male. And I love Jeffrey Lacasse, by the way, but this is what he's doing wrong. So guys, when you're in relationships, you got to know who the fuck you are and stand on business. I don't do, and that's anything in life, but especially relationship with women. I don't do that. I'm not going to bend. No, we're not going to do that. This man doesn't do that. And you can't be manipulated. That's like on one of the TikToks, and I commented on it. And the lady said, men complain about taking women to dinner and feel like they're owed sex or something. But it's like, I don't complain that women took me to dinner and didn't have sex with me or whatever, because I don't take them to dinner. So, I mean, that's my standard. You won't hear me complain. Anyway, let's go.
Remember the thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I can give you a second.
I'm just going to have to respond.
I understand. why she wanted to keep me around. It's really strange. Just all of a sudden, here's the world. Just all of a sudden, be over the top sweet.
Hey, Jeff, I'm confused about this timeline.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try to get that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, where's this week off? Where
That's in July. I'm gonna be going.
Okay.
I've been going over.
Okay.
So we're still in June right now.
Okay. So we're in, but this comment from late June of the 20th to the July 14th is before or after what you're telling me now?
I can't remember exactly.
It's my fault.
Yeah, it's okay. No, it's not a fault. I can't remember. I want to be as honest and accurate as I can.
Sure.
I think that's the Monday before he was shot, but I can't be certain. So this would be preceding that.
Preceding. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just all strange. These are just my impressions. But it's like, what is going on? I'll give you an example. I was just kissing Wendy, and all of a sudden she's like, I'm like a porn star. It's just, and we've been together 9 months and I've seen this before. It's like
Brand new behavior.
Yeah, brand new behavior. I'm going, what's going on? And all of a sudden she wants me to, it just didn't make any sense. It was just really strange.
Performative sexuality. Watch out for that, guys. Women who are too performative in their sex.
Behavior.
She wants you to what, though?
Well, I was threatening to leave at this time.
Okay.
So, and I guess if I'm putting on my cop show hat, I'm wondering if it would have looked weird if you break up with your boyfriend and then a week later someone gets shot. You know what I mean? I don't know. So, get to mid to late June. She went down to South Florida. She came back. I could tell she cheated on me. I'm very upset.
So it goes down to South Florida and she cheats on him. What are you still doing there? Guys, I've told you, and he went through hell in this relationship, but again, your standard is when a woman cheats on you, you're out. That should be, you're out. People are, what about this? We don't do whatabouts, okay? If you're the exception to the rule, okay, but no. You can't put up with that. And let's say a woman does cheat on you, and you leave, and then lo and behold, she becomes, a saint of all saints or whatever, and you live happily ever after, and she apologizes about. That's a 0.001% possibility, but you have to leave first. You cannot stay. If you stay after a woman cheats on you, she will fucking think you're the dumbest guy ever.
Yes, and I moved to Gainesville June 27th. She accompanied me down there for a work trip.
Okay. 27th?
Yeah. That weekend together. Had to use the GPS on the way down there, and in it I discovered that, last sticky destinations get recorded. I didn't mean to look at this one, but I see she's been in the Hilton in Orlando 2 weeks ago when she wasn't supposed to go anywhere near Orlando. She put the Hilton in.
Banging at the Orlando Hilton. Has a rotation. Don't know who this guy is.
Assume that's like a sex trip with one of these other boyfriends.
There you go.
Upset, but finally had it out.
In Gainesville?
Yeah. So I tried to, thing was she was going back to Miami for 2 weeks. As soon as we got back, we drive back to Tallahassee. Then she drives down to Miami with her mom. So that was her mom has to come up to take with her because she's not allowed to go herself. I knew it was the worst time in the world to have a fight. I just finalized it on her. And so one reason this is relevant to the investigation is it precedes this crime by a couple of weeks. I did not touch her. I did not call her names, but I lost my shit on her. Exactly,
and that's why you leave. He's losing his shit because she's had several incidents where she's been almost caught cheating. This is why you leave, because he's lucky he was able to, hold his crap together. And this is how you can get yourself in severe trouble, because it rocks you. Affairs rock you. When you realize this chick was just in Orlando, and you're finding out when you're trying to enter in, and this is how it happens. You're just doing something monotonous or benign, entering in the navigation, and you see your girl's been to Orlando Hilton. You know what she's doing at Orlando Hilton. So, and he admits it was, almost, he wasn't, he had to control himself from not being physical, right? And those can get out of hand fast. So that's why you leave. You have a standard. But he's waving in the wind like, you can't wave in the wind. You gotta have an identity, and this man does this when this happens.
Told her exactly how upset I was. I'd shoot her ass.
She don't care.
She decompensated in a way that I've never seen an adult do before. She ended up in the fetal position.
Oh God,
sobbing like a 3-year-old.
That's performative.
We fell apart when I said, I looked at you.
No, she didn't. She's playing like she's falling. It's like the possum playing dead. It said now he's gonna let up, and she can go back banging guys again. She's not gonna stop banging guys. Nothing's happened other than she's being performative with this overly emotional. And now he's gonna back off with his anger.
On the table, and I looked at it, and I know Zach's name's all through it. So can we cut the bullshit and just have an honest conversation?
And then she was still seeing Zach recently?
Yeah, she saw Zach September to May.
Okay.
And she insisted they had broken up in the fall, and then his name's not very clever. I mean, she's the thing she's leaving it on the table, and it says Daniel Sack dinner. And she was doing very erratic things, like she would go to Daniel Sack's house, spend the afternoon with him, have sex with him, come see me, have sex with me.
Boom.
You get a full STI.
Look at that, guys. And this is not out of the question. She's a normal person, law degree, accomplished law professor, 4.0, has had some amazing jobs. She's having sex with 2 men in one day. Okay, this is not uncommon. She has a rotation as well. And it's not a hoe from the hood. This is all women.
I'm putting my stuff someplace another man spent 45 minutes earlier. She can see.
And I don't mean that all women are doing that all the time. What I'm saying is until they find the man they want to settle down with, okay? So I'm not saying all the time, okay?
And put me with the kids on Mother's.
But if a single woman out here dating on a dating app, oh yeah.
Next day, it was really upset. So anyway, I was pretty angry with her. And you may have seen the email. She actually was manipulative.
And real quick, have you ever heard a woman, I haven't heard many, and I'd have to think, but ever heard a woman admit to have sex twice a day with 2 different men? Have you heard that on TikTok, any of these TikToks? Need a 6-foot D, 6 inch, whatever, 666. I've never heard any of the women admit to having sex with 2 different men in one day. And he just said it was happening quite a bit. Anyway, because that's their public face.
Apologizing for that.
Was this on her Gmail account?
Yes. There's a lot of...
Other investigators have looked at those, and so I'd have to figure out which one.
I'd say if you see it, it's a little bit.
I just didn't know if it was her Gmail account or her work account or a different account.
Yes.
So if I want to go back and look at it, I'm going to look at the Gmail.
Yeah, it's Gmail. It's awesome. Is my impression, at least. I think that's all good use. So we had it out, and the reason that's important is she was very concerned about her social reputation.
Boom. Dude, I'm a genius. What do I always say? Women are image controllers. Women are reputation managers. And she's very concerned about her social reputation. So when they're concerned about that, what do? They lie. They basically give out the information they want to give out. So, and this is all women. And that's okay. It's a feature, not a bug. This is who women are. So, but the woman says he's celibate. They're worried about their reputation, just like she is.
Are you going to tell anybody about this?
About what? Her having sex with Daniel?
And Miguel and Mahul and other men. Yeah, and I said, stay together, I won't. If we don't, I won't slander you, but let's be adults here. This is Tallahassee. How many people I know? What is this?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Are you going to tell other people that I got rotation? Women don't want that information getting out. See how concerned they are?
What's the I said, I'm not going to try to destroy your reputation, but you made these choices. By the way, I'm not...
Did she give a reason?
It's deeply important to her she be perceived a certain way.
Absolutely.
No, did she give a reason why she was having multiple sex partners?
Well, that's kind of a dumb...
She said
because she likes dick. And she can get it. She's sexy.
Didn't actually. She said she was very upset by my behavior in Immokalee when we had 2 that you or I would probably consider normal range, uncomfortable conversations for 30 seconds. So I said, she said, I was afraid in Immokalee you were going to be a jerk. I was like, the second you please be more considerate to me. It's what do we always think? Just she's a hair trigger. I think she,
She's always going to play the victim.
is my suspicion. I think that's awful helpful with the kids and stuff like that.
Okay,
I think she enjoyed using me as her.
Okay, let's narrow this down. Okay.
Yeah, using
June
him,
27th.
beta male, using him for watch the kids.
You're telling me is the date that you're in Gainesville and you have this blow
You know, at 12 o'clock.
up. Okay, so is the comment about Charlie and the 15 grand after that?
It is after that.
Okay, so we can narrow it down to the 27th and
Yeah.
after.
You know what? I just want to be as conservative as I can, but I'm almost positive that was July, the Monday before we were shot. If I had to bet money on it, that's where I put my money. So, when I was talking to her about that, I was struck by how cold and callous and basically sociopathic she was. Here I am, I was crying, I was very upset, and I said, you're not a sociopath, you must feel bad about this on a certain level. And she goes, I don't know if I'm a sociopath, I don't feel bad about any of this. And she was laughing and describing some of the experiences she'd had with other men, actually, that she's making it clear they're very enjoyable and stuff like that. I've never seen that. I've seen that from men. I've never seen that from a woman before. It was.
What kind of,
I said, there was one night where you said you were at a book club. I know you weren't at a book club. She's like, I was pretty drunk that night. I had a really good time, man.
Boom, baby. She had a really good time banging. They love to have sex. They love good D. Oh, see, we get to see this private face. He never has heard. I have. I've heard this from women. How do I know women love to have good sex? Oh yeah, I wasn't at book club. I was getting banged.
that's your face, do you think, or is it?
She was, but I mean, it's just strange because I'm not the one that did it. I was completely faithful to this woman, and I was very dedicated. Well, you could ask anything.
But had there ever been a confusion about, okay, Jeff, I'll just be simple, elementary terms. Jeff loves Wendy. Wendy loves everybody. You know,
That's what we're saying.
you understood her that she was supposed to be strictly with you.
Yeah, just from March on. Before that, I knew she knew what she was doing.
Well, she didn't change.
I've been
She didn't like.
50 dinner parties.
She didn't like him enough. He was a beta male, whatever. I mean, I love Jeff, but anyway.
Just as her boyfriend, she took me out in public constantly. The Daniel Sack thing, they went to the
Yeah,
movies
because
and
the F boys don't care. You're doing all the dumb shit. The parties and the social, they want to come over and bang, have a great time.
I think they went to yoga and some things too. I got some weird looks from people in public sometimes that made me, I got suspicious. I go to yoga and this one guy you look at.
Yeah.
I was like,
What are you looking at?
like I still get the impression like, was she here with somebody else?
Yep.
That kind of thing. But other,
I've been there.
I think that was fine. What she wanted. I don't know how relevant it is. I guess what's relevant is that I'm over the butthurt being thing. This stuff happens. But publicly, I was her boyfriend. I was. That's one of the things that, I don't know if it was an investigative technique or not reading the file, but investigating the hell from calling Daniel Sack her boyfriend. And that got me pretty fired up. I might not have made a lot of sense, but that was really it provoked me. I don't know if that's on accident or purpose, but it was one of those things. He didn't seem to know that I was her boyfriend, and he thought Daniel Sack was. It was one of
Hale did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be quite honest. My understanding was Sack was before you and her hooked up.
Yeah, and she went back from after spring.
I thought he went west or north or
He was in
something.
Massachusetts, and he left in late May. So it was 2 months there. Where
I thought he'd been gone way before that.
No.
May of 2014.
May of 24. May 20th, 2014, 21.
You know that for a fact?
Yeah.
I got something that sounds conflicting to it. May 20th of 2014.
May 20th or 21st, it was on his Facebook page that he left Tallahassee that day.
Okay.
And no, I know when he was having sex with him in March, April, and May.
What are you doing?
Sack went to Massachusetts.
I mean, what? No, we don't know. If you're being exclusive with a woman, She no longer can have rotations, and you need to leave.
University of Amherst, Massachusetts. And the coffee shop thing was May, around that same time. I didn't go look up the exact date, but it was that same
Just
day.
prior to,
Well, I walked in and having a goodbye coffee again.
goodbye
He
call.
was leaving town next. And that's one of the things I was saying when I was talking to Investigator Hale is if men obsessed with Wendy are suspects, you can't trust her to tell you the truth. I mean, this is a woman
Can't trust any woman.
was separated from Danny, had that boyfriend Miguel, and in a deposition lied and said, I'm not seeing anybody.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I see
yep.
a lawyer who will lie to the court.
Yep.
So that's our narrative to the public, by the way, is that Daniel and I saw each other in the fall, and that was it. That's
So say again, please.
that Daniel and I dated in the fall, and then in the spring, her and I had a conversation January 10th, and she told me, let's see more of each other, and then by March 1st, I'm her boyfriend. It's not what happened. She just saw continually.
Give me a minute here.
Yeah. And need something. If you have water, I'm
Yeah,
going to try to appreciate it. I did not. It was crazy.
Okay.
Absolutely insane. So it doesn't make sense. I understand that because it didn't make sense.
Okay. Let me go back to this special forces guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a nobody.
So,
That would be that guy. He was just the first guy that popped into my head. Because then I'm like, maybe I'm crazy, right? So then when Myron May happened, I thought maybe it was Myron May. I just wondered. At this point, I'm pretty confident. I got a couple. Can I give you a couple other things?
yeah, but just
Yeah.
slow for me, please.
Yeah, because there's a couple others, just two others.
Let me just, before you get into that, I don't want to throw off your train of thought, but I want to address this. This is an email that I think you're referring to. I'll give you an opportunity to read it.
Yep, that's the one she sent. That's where I'm going right now.
Okay, so this is July 15th, is that accurate?
That's right.
Okay, July 15th is the Tuesday before.
The thing she told me about Charlie would have been the night before this.
Okay, so we are on the 14th.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. It would have been Monday, July 14th. That's actually just where I was going for right now.
Go ahead.
So she goes to South Florida for 2 weeks. We barely talk. It's hard on both of us. You guys have emails. It's
Hard on him.
Stuff going back and forth. We had a long conversation and decided to patch things up. She decided she sounded very calm in this
Is
conversation.
your phone conversation?
Yeah. You know,
She's in Miami.
She's in Miami. And while she's in Miami, she says, she would just disappear for 14 days. I wondered if there was another man down in Miami too. It seemed plausible because her parents take care of the kids. It doesn't make sense how busy she is. Come back Monday, we go on a date. That's the 14th. That's the night that...
Okay, you're on the date here.
Yeah, we're on the date here. It was real awkward. And she was a little strange, but it was overall a pretty positive date. So I had some hope in terms of the relationship. She said that thing about Charlie. I'm so distracted by this relationship stuff. That's the reason I didn't follow up on that bizarre thing she says about Charlie having Daniel killed. But at the end of the night, she wants me to drop all the Daniel sex about everything else. She goes, that never happened. And I said to her, maybe we can break up, but I'm not going to go on a relationship like this didn't happen. It happened. So she's not Danny's the only relationship she ever had. I said, I know you don't know how this works, but if you want to go to a counselor, you can, or you talk it up. You don't just say that it never happened. This happened. And she seemed to find that devastating. Back to the who knows about this, who's going to know about this. Does your friend Steven know about this? Like, Jesus, you know.
That's on the 14th.
It's on the 14th. So
That you're having this conversation during or after your date?
after the date.
Back at her house?
After her house. Yeah, and didn't have wine that night. She was sick. She got back cold. She was really stressed out and sick. So the next day is Tuesday the 15th. Wake up in the morning, I call Wendy, and I told Investigator Hale this. I don't know if there's anything here, but it was kind of bizarre. Talk early in the morning, maybe 9 or 10, and I said, I'd like to see you today. I was a little encouraged. And she said, yeah, I'd love to see you. And she locked herself out of her house. I said, well, come hang out. She said, I'd love to spend time with you. And then I waited.
3 hours later, I get a phone call. And she's like, actually, I got into the house. Let's not do the afternoon. Let's just go to yoga together. So
Where?
yoga.
Okay.
So we went to yoga together. It was awkward as hell. She was cold. She was done. I can tell. So I'm sitting there and go, okay, this is over. Walk her to her car at the end of yoga. And I say, I love you. I don't know something to say. She goes, I know. I was like, well.
That's
I love you. And she goes,
exactly.
Of course you do. I'm a goddess.
I'm not narcissistic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I said, I literally went, okay. I just turned to leave, and this, I'll hail this, but I want to say it again.
Yeah, that
She
it's
said,
over there.
Are you still going to Tennessee on Friday? And I say, I'm thinking, why the hell does she care? We're sorry.
You're walking away, you're separated?
Yeah, well, I went 10 paces away from her, and she says, hey, Jeff, are you still going to Tennessee on Friday? And I say, I lied. And I say, actually, it's up in the air. Because we talked about the book up.
There you go, yeah.
Goodbye to good kids. I was hoping she'd invite me over. And she said, well, she was deeply interested. She asked me 3 or 4 questions.
But this is after this, right?
It is after. No. That's not. I get this email at the end of the night. She goes home and she sends this email. This is after this. This is after the conversation. This is the conversation I'm talking about right now. Happens an hour before I get this email.
An hour before. Okay, so we're still Tuesday the 15th?
Yeah, at 7 o'clock at night.
Okay. Okay.
So she asked 3 or 4 questions about under what circumstances would I go? Why am I thinking about not going? She seemed deeply interested in what I'm going to do on Friday. So I was like, well, whatever. Got home, got this email. What was so strange about this? We just spent 16 days away from each other, thinking about things. Then I get this. I told her, you don't want to do this? Send me a text and say I can't do this anymore. Why don't you just string me along for a week? It's real strange.
I just want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read this aloud. So if there's something, it pains me to be writing this to you now, but here we go. I need some space to clear my head and to figure out how to move forward. I am heartsick. But my head and my heart are having 2 different reactions to us being together, and I can't reconcile them to be in this like you would want me to be. So she's saying you're coming on too strong, basically. Is what
No, she's saying that she doesn't like you she doesn't like you like she knows he's more interested in her than she is in him. That letter right there, if anyone wrote that to you ever, you run like a mug. I did the 16 Commandments of Poon yesterday. You need to be her daddy, her superhero, her chief, her king. And if you're this guy, I need space. I don't know where my head and my heart. Get the out of my life, ho. I'm sorry.
You want a full commitment.
No,
Doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. Is that not true? I mean, do you want?
I read it very clearly.
I wanted
She's
to
not
continue
that
the
interested.
relationship, yes.
Okay.
But we had discussed just breaking up. We just spent 16 days apart thinking about things.
Right. You're 16 days apart.
Right.
Then you go on a date on the 14th. She makes the comment about her brother was looked into killing Danny the previous summer, which would have been summer of 2013. She didn't specify a month. You didn't question her any more about that.
I was too focused on this stuff. Yeah, I didn't.
No, when she's making this statement on the 4th, you're saying the Monday, which would be the 14th.
Yeah.
When she makes this statement that Charlie had looked into having someone do this for 15, it was going to cost. Hey, how much does it cost to kill this guy? And the answer that Charlie gets is $15,000. He shares that with his sister.
Yes.
Okay. And then she says that to you. And that was in the context preceding that conversation was basically, what do you want to do? You don't like it here. I'm talking in your.
That was part of the conversation. There was a constant conversation. Danny was awful at Tallahassee sex. That's not all she ever said.
And I can't do anything. I'm stuck here because, I guess she got denied relocating with kids. And she's saying, I'm stuck here unless something happens to Danny, what you're getting at.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at.
And then she just spills this out.
And then I think, by the way, she just went to the bathroom. I think there was something like that where
But you're saying that, there was no more conversation about this. Is huge to me. This is like, my brother's already checked into it and it costs this much.
Yeah,
Is it like this is still available and open, or 15 grand is too much we're too cheap?
okay, this family's rich, and it's nothing.
No, I know, but
He's
what's,
got petty cash in his office.
okay, but was this like, this option still available? Is that how it was?
It was just said in passing, and I've mulled it over in my head 100 times. I didn't know what it meant.
Okay, so my brother checked into it and it was gonna cost, 15 grand.
I'm just heartbroken in this situation. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about how to get this woman back.
I realize, but I'm trying to glean this from what the.
And we don't go to get women back, you know. And I love Jeff, you know. He's an awesome dude. He's so down to earth.
That you got from it.
Yeah.
I know you told me you didn't ask for anything more about it. I mean, you know, a statement like this, don't take this the wrong way, but if I was in your shoes, I'd be saying, what the hell are you talking
I got
about?
used to her craziness.
Okay.
So she's all over the place all the time. So I think I just wrote it off as another crazy thing Wendy says.
But you recall the amount.
I do, and I went back to a couple friends because I told them about this.
Right.
After Danny got shot, I said, holy shit. You know, I mean, that's what happened. So I beat myself up about that.
No, I don't want you to beat yourself up. I just want to make sure that you didn't, I'm just trying to get you to see, is there anything else that you can recall? I'm not saying you did anything wrong.
I know.
I'm saying, are you sure you didn't miss something else in that conversation?
No, because it was right back to her and I.
Okay.
Our since are going to be here, and that's not going to happen. You know that.
So this comment is made in passing as she's traipsing off to the
Something like
bathroom.
her bedroom or something.
Comes back out, it's all,
And
okay,
I said, I had a good time last night, or something like that. You
Okay.
know, it was that kind of thing. So she sent me this email, and I don't know if it's coming out. I didn't know what to make of it. I sent it to some of my friends who know her pretty well. They said, she's crazy, is what they said. I mean, why wouldn't she just break up with you? It doesn't even make sense. I should have broke up with her.
Yeah.
We've been together 16 days. She wants another week. We'll recall that when she left Danny and she just moved out while he was gone. So confrontation isn't her thing.
Right.
So maybe that's why. Wednesday goes by. There's Thursday. Thursday, she.
you're still up in the air about leaving. You've told her, I don't know for sure if I'm leaving Friday or not.
That's right. She doesn't know for sure. I don't know if she would have or would have known. We have mutual friends that I told on Wednesday or Thursday that I was going, that it wouldn't shock me if she were able to find out that I was going. And then we have a mutual friend.
But your answer to her was, I don't know yet.
That's right. But the next day I decided to go. So it was
On Wednesday.
Yeah, I decided to go for sure on Wednesday. Thursday, she changes her Facebook picture. I'm sure you've seen the picture of her in the beautiful purple dress.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Advertising.
That was bizarre to me because that's a Victoria's Secret dress. It's not a dress you hang out in your parents. You might wear it to a club if you're an undergrad. You might wear it to bed. You don't hang out at your parents' house wearing that dress. And to me, it was.
Was this a dress that you gave her?
No. But you saw the picture. It's fairly scandalous.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But if you went to Google and type in Wendy's name, she's a pretty girl, but you'll find nothing where she looks even close to how she looks in that picture. She looks gorgeous in that picture.
On the Facebook.
Yeah, and it was suspicious to me after the fact that picture was changed 12 hours before Danny shot him, and that's the picture that was distributed to the media. She's very concerned with her appearance and how she looks.
All women are.
So, I know that maybe sounds crazy, Mr. Grayhouse seemed to think it was, but I thought this is so strange. She changed her Facebook picture twice in 2 years, and the night before Danny's shot, when she's going to be all over the media, she looks like a Victoria's Secret model, you know?
Okay.
So, but I was bothered enough by that picture.
What was the prior picture?
Something that looks more like a 35-year-old woman with 2 kids would have on her Facebook page.
Okay.
All the other pictures, and she looks pretty enough, but that one looks, she looks amazing in that picture. She's not even that pretty either. That picture, I think her dad photoshops that stuff. He does that kind of thing. So it was a picture produced for her by her father, I believe. So Friday I leave. Thursday night I leave. About an hour after I saw that picture, I said, fuck this. And I just the next day, Danny shot at 11 a.m. No one contacts me, which we have a lot of mutual friends, and they didn't. I talked to some of them after the fact. They tell me that they were under the impression that I was very likely an actual suspect in this case. I posted on Facebook from Tennessee Friday night at a time where it would have been impossible for me to ever have been here at the time of the shooting. I found this really puzzling, and what some people told me after the fact is that you guys search for new stuff. It says talk to Jeff about stalking in her calendar. If somebody was stalking with you, would you need to write yourself a note to remind yourself to talk to somebody about it? It's real strange, especially since everything approximate. I snooped. I conceded that I snooped. If I had any options, I don't feel badly about it at this point.
You snooped and you're not supposed to.
For 10 days, she told me that the police had instructed her that I was a suspect and she was not to return a text message I sent her.
BS.
She could not do that. I recently dated a criminal defense attorney, who coincidentally, and she thought that was bizarre because she said, "No, want you talking to incriminate yourself? They're going to get access to this stuff." But
It didn't come from me.
I don't think it came from anyone. It was very strange. Well, I know legally you can't do that probably, but
No.
Yeah, lying.
So
she don't give a damn about you, that's for
So
sure.
I wasn't in the room with her. I don't know how she acted or whatever, but it was implausible that I did this. I don't know. She told me I tried to protect you from the police. I want to know where your house was.
Oh, God, BS.
How come none of your friends called me or texted me? Well, they told me later that she seemed to be concerned that I actually did this.
BS.
Well, what did she say? Well,
Crime of passion. We're breaking up and Jeff's upset.
Whatever, yeah.
Why would I go kill Danny because I'm upset with Wendy? By the way, as soon as Arnie's dead, I said, that's it for us. She's back in Miami. That's it. I'm dead. It's the dumbest thing ever. That's what I'm just doing. I'm looking up to see my shampoo. By the way, I was in the Air Force. Last time I fired a gun was an M16 in basic training, and I missed the target. Mostly, I'm not a shot. She also described me how she knew the details of the crime scene, which sounded very precise, and like someone knew what they were doing. It's impossible she could actually think I did this. I'm a clumsy, absent-minded professor with osteoarthritis and a bad shoulder. I mean, so I don't know if she said that to you guys. I know you can't tell me that. But she was telling people in her social circle, apparently, that it was.
Well, yes, yeah. Yeah, she's gonna,
really a possibility.
and I'm gonna leave it here, but she's gonna, use them as a pawn. But anyway, guys, I'm pointing out areas where you should see levels of disrespect. And the easiest way to put things is, and I like Pearl Davis, she's awesome, her stuff. And she even said tonight, just like Mr. Lacasse says, ask women to do things, and if they're cooperating with you, they like you. If they're not, they don't. And that's simple. And you can see in this, Wendy's not like him, and she was definitely not cooperating with him, ever. Women cooperate with men they like and love. They have sex with men they like and love. Is this going on in your relationship? If it's not, she doesn't like you. Okay? When you know you have a bad date, do you get sex after that bad date? No, you don't. Well, when you're in a bad marriage, do you get sex and ever in a bad marriage? No. So those are your indicators. But you got to know these levels of, if she's not treating you like a king, she's not treating you like Big Daddy, she's not treating you like your superhero, she's not treating you like Big Chief, leader, Big Bad Leader Daddy, she doesn't like you enough. That's the standard. It's a high standard, and there's not a lot of women that are going to be able to, meet that standard, and there are a lot of women that won't like you that way, and that's okay. But too often, we spend time on dates with women who aren't really interested in us, and it's miserable. So don't do that. Don't do that. Women chase the men they like, and they don't want to be chased. So if you're not getting chased, so what do you have? You gotta look smacks. You gotta get that mindset right. You gotta be assertive. You gotta be, dominant. You gotta be goal-oriented. You gotta be strong physically, mentally. You gotta have skills. You gotta be respected among men. All right? We'll see you on the next one, guys. I'll leave it there.